Hi, I'm Scott Swenson. We're at Lynn's Propane Trucks. Got another stock truck here for you today. This is a 2021 Freightliner, the 34.99 gallon barrel, loaded front to back. We've got the stainless deck, stainless fenders, stainless meter box. Up here on the cab, you can see the chrome bumper, aluminum wheels, aluminum fuel tank, stainless steps, chrome finish heated mirrors. We've got the exterior sun visor, air horns with snow shields. You see in the headlight enclosures here, we've got strobe lights. These work in conjunction with one on the rear head of the tank. They're on a factory rocker in the cab. Let's head into the cab and take a look at a few of those options. Just to the right of the steering column, we have the rocker switch for the exhaust brake. Then moving up here, we have our heated mirror and cruise control rockers. Just below that, selector switch for the Allison transmission. Rocker switch for our work lights, two on the lower rear corners of the cab and then two on the rear head of the tank. You turn that on, completely illuminates all around the truck. Makes for a nice safe work environment. Our strobe lights here, we've got two in the headlight enclosures and then one on the rear head of the tank. So traffic can see you no matter what direction they're coming from. Those strobe lights will jump right out at them. Power windows, power locks, rear differential lock. Our stereo system here, CD, AM, FM, MP3, auxiliary, USB, Bluetooth. It has everything. Really nice stereo in this truck. Two 12-volt receptacles, charging your phones, in-cab electronics, whatever you need, GPS. In this truck we have a backup camera. So this is tied into the reverse circuit. You put it in reverse, monitor will come on. The camera's on the rear head of the tank. It's really nice. It eliminates that blind spot directly behind the truck. We mount it right here so you can just shift from your mirrors to the camera. So even though you have the backup camera, you're still using your mirrors to back down the driveways. So this makes it so you really only got two spots to look, driver and passenger side. It's really nice where that's mounted, and it's a really nice feature, safety feature, eliminating that blind spot directly behind the truck. Down low here, we've got our printer stand, custom made to every truck, rock solid. It's not going to rattle as you're moving down the road. We have a ticket holder here. Help keep your drivers organized. You know, we see tickets stacked up on the dash, on boxes on the floor, whatever it is, but this helps them keep organized. This truck has a 3-function remote, PTO, throttle, and emergency stop. It's a really nice feature. The PTO, you head out to the truck, hook up, head out to the customer's tank, hook up, turn the PTO on, kick the throttle up right from the tank. It's really nice. The other good feature about this is your drivers like to use it. It makes their life easier. And because of that, it doesn't live on the dash. A lot of times when we see they just have the emergency shutoff, which is all you're required to have, it lives on the dash, you get pulled over by DOT, they haven't used it in 6 months, battery's dead, and you get ticketed for it. Where they're using it every single stop, and it works for them, if the battery goes dead, they're just changing it out, because they use it every stop. Let's take a look at the side of the truck and a few more options here. As you see on the side here, we've got the stainless steps, aluminum fuel tank. We've got the aluminum cover on the DEF tank. Inside the truck here, we've got aluminum kick plates. This is always wearing out from your drivers hitting it. I think it's about an $11 or $12 option to get it on both sides. Worth every penny. We've got heated seats as well. Lumbar support, the whole deal. Keep your drivers comfortable and efficient, hopefully. So you have stainless grab handles. We've got the back of cab work lights here. So we got the two here, two on the rear corner of the cab, on the rear of the tank. As you can see, when you turn these on, they're going to light up the sides of the truck. They're going to light up behind the truck. It's going to give your drivers a nice, safe work environment for those late night deliveries in the snow and ice, so they can see where they're working, where they're walking, and keep themselves safe. We've got a spring-loaded chalk block holder here. Rubber in the front, rubber in the back, so they're not clanging and banging as you're driving down the road. Spring loaded, easy to use, so hopefully your drivers will use it. Stainless fenders, stainless fender brackets, as you can see again, the aluminum wheels. We've got a stainless fender spacer here. We set these mud flaps back so you can't pin them between a snowbank and tear them off. Because of that, we put this stainless spacer in here to keep the road grime off the back deck. Let's move to the back deck and take a closer look at that. So up top, you'll see right in the center, we've got our backup camera. That was mounted over on the passenger side, so you can see it right beside your spot in your regular mirror. To either side of that, we've got our work lights. Those are working in conjunction with the two on the lower rear corners of the cab we just looked at. As you can see, totally illuminating all around the truck for a nice, safe work environment. In the center, we've got the strobe light working in conjunction with the two in the headlight enclosures. No matter what direction traffic is coming from, they're going to see you. Moving across here, we've got an oversized stainless steel meter box. Because it's oversized, we've got a little bit of room. We can put a holder in here, a little tray, keep your gloves, fittings, anything you're using throughout the day. Over in the side here, we've got a spray bottle holder, keep your leak check. A lot of times in these summer months, the drivers are keeping the bee killer in there, so it's nice and handy. It's an LC meter, LCR2 electronic register, two-stage preset. That means you want to drop 286.9 gallons, it'll drop it right on the money every single time. We keep our hose end nozzle inside the meter box here. Easy in, easy out. A lot of times you see they're threaded to a fitting, bolted to the deck. You've got to thread it on and thread it off every delivery. With this, it's nice and easy. In and out, clean, dry, out of the weather. It's not going to ice up on you or anything like that. It's really nice and simple to use. On the other side here, we've got a MA reel. This is spec for 250 feet of 1-inch hose. Comes standard with 150 feet of 1-inch hose. We overspec it so you've got all this extra room in here. You don't have to reel it up perfectly to fit it on. If it was spec for 150 feet of 1-inch hose, you'd have to reel it perfect to get it on. Your guys are out there, especially in the winter, making 30, 40, sometimes 50 stops a day. They're just throwing this hose back on quick. They can't roll it on neatly every time. So as you can see, this isn't neat, but we've got plenty of extra space in here. That keeps the hose from lopping over the drum and getting caught between the drum and the frame, or rubbing up against the deck, shortening your hose life. On this, we've also got our Guide Master. This is a great option for your drivers. It makes life a lot easier. Without this, they're just guiding the hose back on with their hands. So they're getting on their gloves, anything you drag that hose through. With this, it's easier on the back. You just guide it right onto the hose reel. Nice and simple. As you can see, the height of the deck back here, everything is lowered. Normally, builders, they've got a prefab deck. They're putting them on top of the chassis rails. It makes it nice and easy. Comes from the factory. Chassis rails coming back from the rear axle. Set the deck on top, bolt it on, you're all set. The only problem with that is it puts your deck height up higher. All day long, you're working up above your center of gravity. Reeling in the hose, loading the truck. Makes life a lot differently. Speaking of loading the truck, you'll notice our lowered angled fills. These are at the right height and the right angle to make loading easy. That 2-inch load line does not flex easily in the winter, especially. Right under the shoulder, it's at the right angle, at the right height, lines right up for that Acme to spin on. I see a lot of guys loading these are so much higher because the decks are higher. They've got them up over their shoulder. Some of them come straight out. They're trying to line it up so those Acmes will thread. It's just miserable. It's miserable. This, it's nice and simple every time you load the truck. Let's take a look at the side of the truck and a few more options. Again, on this side, lowered stainless steel deck, stainless fender spacers, aluminum wheels, stainless steps, aluminum after treatment cover, vertical exhaust, stainless cover, stainless grab handle. As you can see over here, we've got a hole in the tank rail. That's so you can see the main valve. When your drivers get to a stop, the truck's not pumping, first thing they check is whether that main valve's open or not. With the PTO on, you don't want them climbing under the truck. You don't want them under the truck for any reason. And quite frankly, they don't want to be under there, especially if it's raining or snowing. This makes it nice and easy. If for some reason the truck's not pumping gas, they can take a quick peek over here and see if the actuator's moving and the main valve is open. It's a nice safety feature. In the center of the frame rails, we've got an oversized PTO shaft. Straight as an arrow. I see so many come in cocked because it's easier. You don't have to get them lined up. They're off. You're going through universal joints constantly when they're not straight. These are nice, straight as an arrow, low maintenance, oversized. Also in the frame rails, with every truck you get a binder. It's got diagrams for everything we do. Everything we do is color coded. So if you look in the frame rail, you see a yellow pneumatic line or a red wire. The diagrams will show you, color coded, where it goes to in the back of the truck, what part and location it's hooked to, part numbers, where it goes in the front of the truck, part number and location. It makes troubleshooting and ordering replacement parts really simple. This truck's built, ready to deliver gas. You have any questions, give us a call. 800-252-5467. We'll talk to you soon.